I was a millionaire one day. And it's funny because Ryan asked about day trading in the morning, because day trading is just gambling, Ryan. And it works until it doesn't work. It works until it doesn't work. And you might think you've cracked the code and you figured it out and you can beat the system, but I did too. And it was in 1999, 2000, and 2001 during the tech bubble when anything you bought did real well. And there was a pattern. A company had come public, some hot IPO that was trees.com or lamps.com, and it was anything that had a .com associated with it, and they were going to sell trees or lamps online. And the stock went straight up on the initial public offering, and then it kind of drifted back down, and you bought it in the flag pattern when it kind of drifted back down. And then 2 weeks later, the company that brought them public would say, hey, it's a buy, and then it would hit a new high and triple in price. And I recognized that pattern and played that pattern to the point. In 1999, I had an expensive car. And even though it was 3 years used at that point, I was able to sell it, pay off some debt, and still have about 30 grand left over. And I took that 30 grand and put it into the markets. And in the next 2 months, I turned that 30 grand into like $14,000. And I go, maybe I'm not meant to do this. But then the market changed, and suddenly as the market changed, I got smarter. And by the end of the year, that 14 grand became 100. And I go, wow, I turned 14 grand into 100 in 3 months. I must really be good. I must be really smart at this. I must be really good at this. So I left my job, which didn't bother me because I'd been a stockbroker for 10 years and I was no longer any good at it or believed in it or thought I was adding any value into the world, and only thought about my paycheck, which is a horrible way to feel. And day traded full time. And first of all, I found it rather lonely and boring, because the only rush was when you bought a stock and made money. And every day I'd go, wow, I have a lot of money in the account, but what am I going to do today? Am I getting better? Am I contributing to the world in any meaningful way? And I thought, no. But anyway, that summer came along and I was getting lucky. I was hitting a bunch of stocks that were going straight up. I mean, again, it was a simple pattern to follow, and I recognized it and was taking advantage of it. And I told my buddy that if my account hit $1 million by the end of the year, and at this point it was at like $500,000, and it might have been in October of that year, and I think it was 2000. I told him if I got to $1 million by the end of the year, I'd buy him a Porsche Boxster. And I put all my money, because that's what I did, because I had a system and it was working, into a company called Befree. And you can look up the stock symbol, BFRE. And you can look at it. I'm sure you can go back and find the chart of this company back in 2000. And I bought 25,000 shares, and it was trading at, 30 or 40. And again, I'm kind of going from 25-year-old memory, so if my math's not right, but my math's usually pretty right. And I did it on margin because why not? Load the boat. And it spiked up, and then I bought it over here. And then some company came up, and it went from 30 to 100 in 2 or 3 days. And my account went from 400 or 500,000 to 1 million for one day. For one day. So sort of. I still owe my friend a Porsche Boxster. But I didn't run out that day and buy him that Porsche Boxster. And I think because of that, the world started spinning in a different direction. And fate started turning in a different direction for me. And whether I sold BFRE or not, again, BFRE was the stock symbol, or not, the next stock I bought didn't react the same way. And things started changing. And lo and behold, the new year turned, and I'd made like $470,000 that year. And I tell you what, you owe taxes on that money. And my tax bill that year turned out, and I was in the and my account was going down, and it had hit $1 million, and started trading down, and was went to 800,000, and then 7, then 600,000. I'm going, hey, I don't know what my tax bill's going to be for last year, but I hope it's not more than 600,000. And I did my taxes, and I owed $169,000 for the trading profits that I'd realized the year before. And the account that I was trading through, I don't know what it was. I think it might have been Ameritrade, maybe. Only let you write $25,000 checks at a time. And so I wrote 6 checks for $25,000 to the IRS, and 1 check for either $19,000 or $9,000 to pay my tax bill, leaving me, I don't know, by the time the smoke cleared, maybe 150 or 200 grand in my account, which I slowly spent / traded down to very little, and go, hey, this isn't really working anymore. This isn't really working. Maybe I wasn't as smart as I thought. Maybe it was the proverbial tech bubble that happened in 2000. And maybe I was just in the right place at the right time.